Hello everyone. Brandon Carey is here and we are back with more Phoenix Wright Justice for All. When we last left off, Maya was still kidnapped and we need to get the acquittal for Matt Engarde today or she will die. Unfortunately, the case is looking pretty bad, as typical for an attorney game. So while the judge could have rendered a verdict in the last trial, Edgeworth decided to play nice so that we can cross-examine the next witness, Adrian Andrews, who is our prime suspect for the crime. Still can't believe Adrian Andrews would have done this. For reference, this is our next suspect. And it would have been easy for her to pull it off, in fairness, because she is the manager. That's correct. It's just the only way that makes sense. There's no other place. There's no other time she could have done it. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. She is the only person who could have killed him, because we know Matt Engarde didn't do the killing. We know because of the Makatama, he didn't do the actual killing. No other explanation. She's the only person who could have done it. Yeah, I don't know why either. We don't know why. It just has to be the killer. She has her own. She had a strong motive. We established that in the investigation. Okay, Mr. Engarde, that catchphrase is very fucking lame. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. It has to be a suicide note. There's no other explanation. Exactly. Juan Corrida hid the suicide note, which means Adrian Andrews had to kill him to get that note. There's no other explanation for this. Just ignore, like, all of that stuff about them being rivals is just a red herring. Edgeworth's the one who told us about all of this. That's a good point. That's a good point. All his information came from Edgeworth, and he is the prosecutor of this case now. So we don't know what the fuck's going on. For all we know, we're walking up the wrong tree. But I feel like this is a solid lead. It's a very solid lead. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. Hey, it's her! Suspect. What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Engarde. Before you begin, Your Honor, I have one request. I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Judgy. You gotta be more subtle than that. Anyway, I was wondering if you could tell us about the relationship with the victim. You were seeing... Okay, she admits that she's seeing him. Okay, that makes this a little easier. This is a private matter between Juan and myself. Unrelated to the Matt Engarde. You didn't kill it. Okay. No one is accusing you of killing the motherfucker. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Now, tell us what the fuck happened. What happened when you discovered the murder? When I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Yes, sadly I didn't remember to touch things at the scene of the crime. I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. I see. Well, then that wouldn't be the same thing in the crime scene photo, now would it? Hold on, let me see the crime scene photo. Yeah, then that wouldn't be the same thing. There would be a glass of wine there. Or a glass of juice there. Let's see if, let's press her for a bit first. And then we'll see if that's actually the thing. You should disrupt her pacing. Oh, by pressing her. All right. Let's press her for a bit and see if we can find something. What was Mr. Engarde doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He's worn out from his many performances as a Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Out of his room. As you could say, he could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. You can't make a sensible sentence with the subject, then I'll make one for you. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Engarde's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. And why'd you do that? It's a friendly gesture. Juan was making an appearance with the other heroes. Yeah, let's go a little further. I beg your... What are you implying? Why would I have a different reason? A certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had more personal matter to discuss with the victim. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intention in mind at the time. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? Tell me about it. You were in shock. Was I not supposed to be? Well, we know she's calculating, but, like, also we know she's like, she has some mental health issues. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Honestly, this is a bit of a stretch. This is a bit of a stretch even by my standards. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? No one with a knife lodged in his chest. And the car tasted like this too. Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then what did you do next, witness? Juice? So bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I help myself. Drink. There was no lip mark left on the wine glass, so... What do you mean? Why didn't you drink? Why did you pour a glass and then not drink it? For the dead... That is actually very bizarre. Why you pour a glass, you set it down, and then just kind of leave it there? The body was already cold at that point, so, like, there's not... The rush would have been gone. Juice, and just left it there without doing anything. And mine was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you. So teased that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Snow... What was she... Go on. Go on. Tell me about your mistake. Instead, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What was that mistake? Actually, now that you mention it, I too wish to know what this mistake was. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. That was you? Then the crime scene wasn't in the like it was in the photo for a couple reasons. Yeah, okay. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the face was just another part of the mess. Add this anything helps, you have to reveal your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Edgeworth looks pissed. What kind of flower vase was it? What? Why would... What? Try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. And we are going to some very strong decisive evidence. I feel like I have to press her on the photo. Because now that we have, like, the knowledge... Yeah, okay. Yeah, because we just... The photo is not the same. It's just not. For multiple reasons. Are you sure it fell into the guitar case? Some problem. It's a major problem, because the guitar case was open. So strange. It's Andrews. He testified that the vase fell into the guitar case. However... If that was true, the guitar should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. Because it would have been open. Let's bring about this guitar case. Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. Remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. If the guitar case was open when the vase fell... Yeah, the glass shard should be inside, not outside the case. Objection! What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time of the vase was knocked over? Is that all? Objection! Well, it means someone could have stolen something from the fucking guitar case. That's what Miss Marriage testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's correct. She did very much say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. It may very well be. However... No! I think I need to hear about this shit. I mean, this is a crucial piece of evidence. Yes. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. We don't know what was inside it. There could be something that's not a guitar. There could be like money in there for all we fucking know. If he didn't have a guitar with him, he probably has something else with him. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. That's why I opened the case, even I don't know. That's a very nothing burger testimony. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Yeah, let's using any way to change a topic, a convenient escape for a weak man. Alright. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see... So, are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Uh-oh, she's starting to break. So you open the guitar case then. And what was inside it? Why would you open it? In front of you, wasn't it? I think the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witness said multiple times when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was all right or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. I don't believe this in the fucking slightest. This is nothing. That is nonsense. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. No, Phoenix. The guitar wasn't there, but we don't know it was empty. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials will be over in half the time you just paid attention. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at the discovering the victim's body? Sure, we'll go with that. So I'm planning on letting up at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Everyone's hiding somewhere in the court record waiting to be found. I want to use the suicide. No, okay. I definitely feel like... Oh, shit. Oh, I'm getting nowhere. Let me get my my points back. Let's go look at the record. Oh, God damn it. Let's look through the court record real quick. Bears Corrida's fingerprints, which means... Hold on. Then how did she open it? Why would you say that? Why would I wouldn't be... I could have been the guy. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. So unless you started wearing gloves that day, you could not have been the one who opened the Andrews. Or the guitar case. I should assume that I must have left fingerprints just because I touched the case. If I were to tell you I was wearing gloves at the time. I don't fucking believe that. It's the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now that I remember, I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. That's fucking weird. Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Oh, yes, you had fingerprints. So this had the wine glass. The wine glass? The fingerprints were on it, which means you were not wearing gloves. Why wouldn't you just say you were wrong? Why have all the humblery? Why this bullshit about the gloves? Why not just say you were wrong and you were in shock? That would have been far easier to understand. Unless she's guilty. But you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? I love that she replaces her glasses. Oh, that's so good. They shatter and then she replaces them. Oh, that's so good. That's funny. Props to the animators. What do you mean? I believe the guitar case plays a very important role here. I agree. I wonder if it really was empty, though. Phoenix! You can put more than guitars in guitar cases. They're pretty big. It's right. Fucking idiot. These are not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case. This is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Stare the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided... No, Your Honor. We have actual evidence this time. Means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it was wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case is in relation to the murder. Objection! If you are so sure, Wright, I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why the guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. For a second, that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in that case. So there was no guitar in the guitar case. So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right? Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Well, if we assume that Matt Engarde didn't do the actual killing, which we know for a fact is the case, then it only stands to reason that someone else is wearing a nickel samurai costume. This is a photograph? What's important is what's on the picture, Your Honor. Inside the guitar was a nickel samurai costume. What? Explain yourself, Mr. Wright, you miserable half-wit moron buffoon. Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that? Would be to wear the costume and look like Matt Engarde leaving the fucking room. That's it. That's why you wear the costume. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. If anything to support such a preposterous idea. Well, there was the fucking, the photo, there was fucking, yeah, Lotta was there. Lotta was there. She got the shot. She got it. It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? It tends to happen a lot with us. Speak first, think later. Oh. So the real murderer was hiding in a costume. Objection! Wait 1 second, Your Honor. Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt Engarde's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places. There is a good explanation for that. What was Nickel Samurai's costume doing inside the guitar case? It's probably stolen from Engarde. Why would someone do such a thing? Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show? And so, if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. Engarde would have been forced to go naked. That's stupid. Can you make the wrong answer? Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of this cult? Matt Engarde did not take his costume off after the award ceremony. He even testified that he took a nap while still wearing this costume. Is this not correct? Which means it would be, obviously it would be a spare costume. During the break period. In that case, the costume we were talking about was a spare one. What? You're saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? Yep. There's no other explanation. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose. Perhaps he did. The victim, Mr. Corrida, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai costume? Why would he do this? What reason? And there lies a sticking point. Phoenix, what are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?